We're looking at these plans, and they were well thought out policies. I'm looking at this like, God damn, this is really good. This will actually empower black men and progress us with a nice little boost for the next 2 decades, right? We're talking about free education for more black men to be in schools because we're not teaching. 1% of all teachers from kindergarten all the way up to college, only 1% are black men. 9% are black women, but about 30, close to 35, maybe even 40% of those are white men. We are underrepresented in the classroom significantly. And I know I keep hearing black men, I'm a mentor. You ain't a mentor if you ain't in the classroom, bro. Because you mentoring these kids a couple of hours a day, maybe a couple of hours a week. A teacher is there 5 days a week, 7 to 10 hours a day, molding the mind. So if you feel like a black man needs to be present, the classroom is where you need to be. And the funding was there. So again, what the hell you got to lose? It's right there for you. The leadership is right there for you, right? Because you trust your mom. Kids, who was George Floyd crying out for when he was taking his last breath?
Come on,
did he
Navi.
say daddy? Hey, I'm just saying, did he say daddy?
Come on, man.
No.
Hey, Navi, come on.
I'm just kidding. Y'all can, when Jody was getting choked out, he didn't say daddy, he said mama.
Okay, Navi, was you in the classroom?
Yes.
Please don't. It's for 10 hours. Molding the minds of young people.
No. I'm explaining to you how what I do with the things that I know in the educating. I actually did my tally up today. I have helped 456 black people become published authors through education and assistance. Over 450 individual black people become published authors. Yeah, I do the work from where I am.
Were you in the classroom for 10 hours?
Yes. I've done speaking engagement. I've showed up to my little brother's the principal of a school for at-risk black children in Chicago, and I go there every time he asks me when I come to the city to go see my father.
Not a teacher, though. But you're not a teacher.
What?
But you're not a teacher. Have you taught a classroom?
Again.
I'm asking a simple question.
Why are you asking me?
Reality. Because you said if you're not in the classroom, you're not a real mentor. Have you actually been in the classroom leading children?
So I guess I'm stepped on some toes about the whole mentorship.
I'm just asking you.
I guess I'm stepping on some toes here, right?
Using your own
No, you're not
logic.
stepping on toes, Navi.
Hold on. First and foremost, First and foremost,
hold on. One at a time, y'all.
I never have ever presented myself on any panel anywhere as a mentor. So you asking me about me being in the classroom when I've never presented myself as a mentor is kind of like
then the answer is no.
I'm not a mentor. I never presented myself as a mentor. I never said
all that fucking talking. Just give me the word no. No, I do not. No, I have not.
Come on, bro. You got to feel what you just said.
One at a time.
Did I present myself as a mentor?
One at a time.
Did I say in my whole when I was speaking that I'm a mentor?
All right. So
understand what the fucking question is?
I didn't. King's Corner. Listen, I don't want to go back and forth with the anal bead bandit, right? Take the anal beads off your neck, and then you can come and cuss at me, all right?
But then why look, but this is what I'm talking about.
But again, y'all asking me,
No.
Wait a minute, no.
We talk respect.
You asking me if I'm a teacher,
and don't
but I never presented myself as a mentor.
George.
This is what I'm talking about.
Don't
you
cry.
want to invalidate my voice because you hit.
Man, stop talking like that.
Trying to entertain.
I don't give a fuck how you feel about it.
Hold on.
Do his thing, bro. Let him do his shit till he finishes.
It's funny how one little question brought up.
Hold on. It's too many mics. Hold on. No cussing. And when I mute you, please stay on mute. Please let him land. If you want to rebuttal, you can rebuttal. But this over talking, the crowd can't hear you, and I'm getting overstimulated. Please, no over talking.
I never presented myself as a mentor. I have never presented myself as a mentor. You asking me, have I been in the classroom? Is a disingenuous question. I can see if I say, hey, look, you know what? I've been a mentor. I said I've helped over 450 individual black people become published authors. That's what I said. Now, because somebody got a little tender, because I said you could do more in the classroom than your couple of hours a week as posing as a mentor for children that belong to single mothers, but you hate single mothers, right? You don't like single mothers, but you're trying to convince me that you mentor their children. So you asking me a question about me being in the classroom, and I never presented myself as a teacher. I said what I did. I said what I do to contribute to my community. That's what I do. And the proof of what I've done can be Googled. The proof of what I've done can be Googled. So don't try to present me as a teacher or someone posing as a mentor, and I didn't do anything. I never presented myself as a mentor. So don't ask me a question about me being in a classroom when I never presented myself as a mentor or a teacher.
So can I rebut that, host?
Please don't. Like,
go ahead.
Just share.
See, so I'm gonna rebut it like this, because this is what we get. We get a lot of people getting up on these panels all the time, and they talk with so much intelligence because they have good command of the English language, and then they really not putting in their work. You use their own logic against them, and the entire argument falls apart. So this man just went on this entire diatribe about how we're not leaders and how we're not mentors and yada yada yada. And you need to be in the classroom to be one. I ask one simple question: have you ever been in the classroom? Right? So everything you had to say means nothing because you don't put that work in, because you want to try to speed out your resume. I've helped so many people become authors. Okay, fine. I put over 2,000 black people in homes. Does that make me a leader in the community? No, it doesn't. It goes about what my job is. I've helped so many black businesses get started because I coach people. I make money off that. That goes back to what my job is. But you know what, Navi? I actually am a teacher. I am shaping the minds of our youth in our community. I'm actually helping the kids. So that's why I asked you the question. I asked you the question based off your own logic. You said men need to be there. Let me give y'all the game. The reason why men aren't there is because we do not pay enough for teachers. Just keep it a buck. Teachers don't make a lot of money, right? I am there because I want to put the work in to help the kids. That's not how I make my money. It's two different things. So don't come with a disingenuous conversation because a teacher has to work long, long hours in numbers of years to get their money up to take care of a family. And if we want black men to be taking care of their families and providing, teaching is not their profession to do it. Unless you're going to have someone side by side with you also working and pulling in some funds. So let's keep it a buck. Stop spouting nonsense. And when someone challenges you on something so easy, so simple, and so basic, your entire argument falls apart. You're either in the community doing the work,
voted for Donald Trump, who dismantled the Department of Education.
Or you just
voted for the man who dismantled the Department of Education.
Because
your voice is null and void.
You're triggered right now. You can't even stay on mute because you're triggered and you're upset. I have no problem with telling everybody that I'm a conservative and I voted conservative. I'm not going to sit there and vote for an entire party that tells us to unalive our babies. I'm not going to vote for a party that says, hey, let's get rid of black babies, because here's the thing. We have over 500,000 black babies that are born every single year in this country. And right now, we are unaliving in the room 420,000 every single year. That's 45% of the black population that can be born every single year. And most of our people don't even know that. You're not talking to a fool. You're talking to a man who understands what's going on. So keep voting for a party that puts Planned Parenthood into your neighborhoods. Keep voting for a party that tells you to continue to give them your vote without them actually giving you anything in it, and give you the power to unalive and destroy the entire race of black people in this country. I am not ashamed of my vote. I know where my values lie. You should be ashamed of yourself because you run all this rhetoric and you stand on nothing.
So
give me a second. Wait, give me 1 second. Southside, love, you dropped 2 galaxies about an hour ago to drop Shannon, and I started to refund you your money, but Shannon said no, and he matched me. So when Pub was here and Shannon was here, Navi and Coach, the whole top panel is untouchable. I'm not even trying to be funny. Date of birthday. Why would I drop the birthday? Why would I drop the honorable guest, the guest of honor? Like, why would I do that? So you dropped money, but Shannon actually matched. So we're even. I'm not trying to be mean, but y'all gotta pay attention and you gotta listen. But I'll be a fool to drop the guest of honor so that nobody will be here. No, y'all gotta pay attention before you drop money. Ask questions, ask one of the moderators. Empasan is a moderator. No, it is fair. You're not paying attention. How is it not fair if he matched your money? Don't tell me it's not fair. These are my rules. If you drop money and they match you, they get to stay on the panel. But respectfully, I will be a fool to drop the guest of honor. Like, they the show. Ain't nobody come to see me. Let's be for real. So with that being said, we could continue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this, and I'll be short. So the gentleman that was up there earlier with the hat and the orange shirt, he listed a number of things, and my partner here, Lovejoy, came up and gave him an excellent rebuttal no one could refute. He actually got on board with the argument, which was along the lines of accountability as opposed to swapping out gender, expecting that it will be better, for simply on the basis of swapping out gender. That makes perfect sense. But the dude with the orange also brought up things like marry before you carry is insignificant. When you look at stats and you look at correlations between the outcomes of children, when two parents are married in the household, they're good. The outcomes are better for children in those scenarios. When he said that a lot of people are harmed by men, that is a fact. A lot of people are harmed by men, but you need to put that into context. Just saying things doesn't contextualize things. You have to put things into context and then make a claim. He failed to do that like the other night. Education, we all agree on that. We have to prioritize that. He made a comment about people think going to school is an education and all. No, it's absolutely important. There's no way to talk around not going to school to get educated, because the correlation with education and income, it goes up. That's just the bottom line. And then obviously what you choose to focus on matter. And then he spoke about what men typically do in this, like he brought up the YT community. They don't focus on group economics. I would say that's a lie. When you look at the Fortune 500, virtually every single company on there is a YT owned company. That's just, don't lie. Look at our iPhones, Tesla, look at our Microsoft. You just go down the list. That just doesn't make any sense at all. And it comes all the way down. So his idea of trickle down economic, well, not trickle down, his idea of rising tides lift all boats and just switch out the gender and everything will be all right with nothing to support the claim doesn't make any sense. But I understand why he comes to the panel and speaks that way so eloquently, because it's easy for someone to deliver a message like that and it be well received. Because if the people listening don't really understand, then there's really nothing for them to object to. I mean, so this is why it's important you have a balanced panel. But I'm letting you know now, it starts with accountability, education, and a few of the other things that everybody on the panel mentioned. Group economics is something that has to be done, but that's not possible if people aren't employed and making money, hence getting educated to have a higher income and staying together as a family. So I just wanted to mention that.
I just want to say one thing, ladies. These men be a pacifier in y'all mouth. And that's why we call them suckers. Because they run when it's time for real sound questions to get answers. They disappear. They like to speak about their feelings. They say, oh, they dismantled the Department of Education. They can't tell you two changes. They just be yapping. They really don't look into what they've heard. They sit and watch the news the same way y'all do and eat that shit up. Get told something and have no idea what it means. They don't know where to research it. They don't know who's running. This man said, one of them said, we need to put the women in charge, just in charge. They asked the other one, there was a whole motherfucker effort said 18 times. Pub, coach, Navi, all like they don't know what they don't know what they're saying, but they are masters of managing y'all feelings. And I think when y'all ladies can get out of wanting to be pacified, a lot of revolutionary shit could happen. A lot of change can happen. When you
And I'm gonna say this too.
Shit,
I
man.
actually
I want y'all to graduate. I don't know
hold
why
on,
my
Gusto.
mic got muted, but when we get y'all to
Wait.
graduate out, hold on, bro. When we get y'all, I'm gonna land with this. I've been talking too long, I guess. When we get you to graduate out your feelings and let you know that it's okay to one feel how you feeling, but we got ish to do, and we can get past that shit. I'm telling you, y'all will be the key, but y'all won't because these niggas is blurring the line, compromising the line, and now we gotta fight them too. It's terrible.
Yeah, bring on that
Okay,
fight.
They don't know
Bring on
nothing
that
about the
fight.
Department of
Yeah, I
Education
welcome
hold
or
that
on,
this
fight. I
y'all,
panel.
welcome that
please.
They don't
fight. I
real. They
welcome
don't
that.
Hold
realize
I
on,
welcome
that
that
Navi,
special
fight by the
education
please.
is no
turncoat.
longer in the
I
Department
welcome
of
the
Education.
fight
Fellas,
by the Kunishas of the
fellas,
community. I
fellas,
do. I
please.
welcome it.
Hold on,
DHR.
y'all.
Fellas,
Hold on, Navi. Hold on. Listen, go ahead, coach. It's on you. Go
fellas,
ahead, coach.
please. So the educational system has changed. Number one,
Name two
I'm from,
ways.
boss. Listen, this is not a good look.
Letting you know. Name two ways.
I'm already gonna answer that. That was already my agenda, right? So, number one, I'm from Florida, right? So anybody who lives in Florida and y'all have experienced the educational system down there, they are passing our children now. I remember when I was growing up, we had the FCAT test. You had to pass the
Oh my.
FCAT test to actually go to the next grade, and you had to be actually making good grades in school. Now they have made it so regardless of if the child is making good grades or not, they just passing them. So then therefore there's an experiment done, and y'all can go see this. Just type this in on YouTube, where there's a black guy that's going around having our people read cue cards, and they got to read what's on the cue card. And our people can't even read, the women or the men. That's because they're just passing them. If women were in charge, I guarantee you these children would not get passed. They would work thoroughly with the children to make sure that they get the proper education. They can actually read, they can write in cursive. That's something that we stop. Most children don't know how to read in cursive, right? Most of them don't know how to do math. There was a black girl that was on there, and a black boy who didn't even know what 8 times 8 was. And they grown. They're just
You understand
passing.
the
They're
Department of
just passing.
Education is a
Give me one.
federal agency?
Give me 1 second.
Shut up.
Give me.
I just
I
want to
gotta
know if you
finish.
understand it's a
I
federal
gotta,
agency and
This
you're
need for you. Do
boss.
mentioning
you
I
understand
gotta,
English or
mentioning
mute
a
button?
boss.
Shut
I
state.
up.
don't like this.
Do you
This is not
understand
good,
this?
boss.
No, I'm just
Listen. When you was talking, I didn't open my black mouth. I let you speak. I've been letting everybody speak. I would like the same respect. Again, the communication
Wait,
between
hold on one
black men is
second.
horrible.
Give me 1 second, coach. Who dropped
Jesus.
him? Moderators, you can't just drop people because they're not listening. King, come back in the queue. Somebody gotta drop him. If they wanna drop him, they gotta
hey
pay.
man, tell these niggas I'm the birthday too. Nah shit. What the fuck wrong?
All right, King, I'm gonna put you on mute, love.
Yes, and they're also so yes, our children can't read, right? They cannot write properly. They can't comprehend. They're just passing them. Do your research. This is not good. On top of that, they're charging an arm and a leg for education. They're charging an arm and a leg. And then the thing about it is with the patriarchal education system, right? We're learning about YT. We're learning about a YT system. We're not learning about our culture, our ways, us. Like we need to be teaching our children. More black men do need to be involved with teaching. They do need to be in the classrooms, whichever way you can. It don't matter if you volunteer on the weekends or whatever, or you host a class. You can rent out a community center. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever. And not all of it needs to be that we getting paid. We need to start operating off of integrity. And most men, when I come across them on this platform or out in the world, y'all don't even know the definition of integrity. But let me get ready to tell you, fellas, it's called doing what's right because it's right. I don't need to get paid because I'm educating our children. That's our next generation. That's our next. We should be doing a lot of that. We could be doing that for free, to be honest with you. And if you complaining about money, well, stop spending it. Stop spending it with the oppressors. Then stop spending it with them. Start spending it on our people. Go buy your fruits, black folks. Go to black farms, buy black clothing. The money can circulate 7 times before it goes back out, and our community will be wealthy, and we won't be complaining about, oh, well, we got to get paid for being teachers. What? I thought y'all had money though. I thought y'all was the leaders and everything like that. So
Reclaiming
this
my
is this is
time.
this is not good. This is not good,
Yeah.
fellas.
So, I just want to add, like, coach is right. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the fact of the matter is that men and women both owe the community something. You know what I'm saying? And, like, we both owe the community accountability. Men first, right? Men have